So hustling backwards is one of my favorite terms because of the importance that it has when you realize that you're doing it and you're able to switch it around. But essentially what hustling backwards means is that you're working really hard at achieving a goal or something that you're trying to make come to fruition. And you work really hard at it. You might work around the clock. You might work on the weekends. You might actually sacrifice time with your family to get this thing achieved, only to find out and come to the conclusion that you have made very little, if any, progress, or you, in fact, worse, have actually gone backwards. Now, hustling backwards can cause a great deal of frustration, and a lot of times it can cause you to actually quit on whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Now, this is something I found myself doing a lot. Not a lot, but I found myself doing it. And once you are able to actually pinpoint what it is you're hustling backwards at and why you're hustling backwards, it can be a great game changer. In my experience, one of the number one reasons why people find themselves hustling backwards, myself included, is because we don't have a clear, set out goal. You know, we're pretty much essentially kind of just moving along and hoping that things will work out. Well, the hope doctrine doesn't really work. You have to set clear and obtainable goals. And obtainable is whatever you think is obtainable to yourself, because like I said, I can't make you believe that you can do great things. That's something you got to believe. But you have to set a goal. I mean, you can't just get in the car and start driving around and then get frustrated because you haven't got to your destination. Well, where are you trying to go? You know, you have to know where you're trying to go. And if you don't know where you're trying to go, then the car damn sure don't know where you're trying to go. So setting goals can be a big game changer as far as hustling backwards, because once you know where you're trying to go, now you can go to the next step. So knowing where you're trying to go is the first thing. Your goal. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to achieve? What are you trying to see happen? Once you know that big goal, you need to now break it down into steps. Trying to achieve that big goal all at one time might be a little bit too much for you to take on, depending on what it is. It might cause a big deal of stress because you might feel like you have a whole lot of weight on your shoulders. Therefore, you need to break it down. You need to break it down. Sometimes you can break it down into months. You can break those months down into weeks. So if I say within 3 months, my goal is to lose 20 pounds. My goal is to start an LLC, a business. My goal is to, be able to do, whatever it is. Let's say it's 3 months. All right, cool, 3 months. Well, in each month, there's 4 weeks. All right, cool. Break those 4 weeks down. In each week, there's 7 days. Cool, break those 7 days down. Now you need to go piece by piece, saying what you're going to do for each of those days, saying what you're going to do for each of those weeks, saying what you're going to do for each of those months. This is how goals are achieved. Don't try to go 0 to 100 real quick. You're going to run into a wall, you're going to be stressed, you're going to tap out, and that's going to be it. Break it down, and then make these steps to get closer to your goal. Also, you need to do in that one day, in each of those days, you need to max out. You need to go full speed ahead. You need to do all that you can do to make sure you achieve that one thing for the day. That way, when the next day comes, we focusing all on the next one. This is how goals are achieved. But you got to set it. All right? This will prevent you from hustling backwards, because you'll be able to see when you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. You'll be able to see when you're not making progress. If 5 days goes by and you haven't achieved day 1, you're hustling backwards. You're not making progress. Stop it. Stop it. You're probably not that serious about it, and that's okay if you're not serious about it. You just need to admit it, tap out, and go about your way. But if you are serious about it, put it on blast. Tell yourself you're not doing what you need to do. Find that motivation. Find out why you want to do it. Find out why you want to get that goal, and make it happen. I mean, you got to make it happen. All right? You got to make it happen. Take those steps. And that's my advice.